that means thumbs up if you're hard right now. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. How's everybody doing? Who's ready? Hey, chat, make some noise up in this bitch. We need at least 100 likes. Let's go for 100 likes, everybody. Let's go for 100 likes. Yes, sir. Miro's going to go back to WWE. Well, we all know what happened to Miro, man. The guy just has no direction unless he has direction. Even if that direction isn't the greatest direction, the direction he was getting in the WWE apparently is better than the direction he's going to get over in AEW. I mean, ever since the guy arrived, been a bunch of horse shit, really, to be honest. You know, that's basically been what it is. And everybody's known this. Got a little fight going on in the Bruins game. The Bruins are the Boston Bruins right now are playing the worst game I've seen them play, I think, all season, and they saved it for the playoffs, which is retarded, but okay, you know, that's how it is. How ridiculous is this game right now? But it ain't over. It ain't over. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button if you're in the chat. It's Wednesday night, and you really know what that means. We got tons of stuff to talk about tonight. AEW's over. I thought it was pretty good, but at the same time, I was in a good mood because I was also kind of, you know, enjoying watching the hockey games. And on top of that, Star Trek Picard, the finale tonight at 3 a.m., Star Trek Picard episode 10. So it's kind of like an epic night for me, like as far as entertainment-wise that's going on. So I don't know if I like enjoyed AEW more than some other people. I don't know. Wardlow, I didn't realize they were in Wardlow's hometown. As soon as I saw, hometown Wardlow, I was like, oh, man, well, there it is. So in WWE, you just always lose in your hometown. So in WWE, you just lose in your hometown every time. That's the whole thing. Oh, you're in your hometown, you're going to lose. But in AEW, you're in your hometown, you win. And not only that, but they wait for you to be in your hometown so you can win. So that's the way AEW and WWE have become so predictable now, the two of them. Could it not just possibly be true that maybe like 75% of the time or 60% of the time you win in your hometown because you got some kind of hometown jolt or advantage that makes sense? Instead, it's like 99% you win in your hometown in AEW and the opposite with WWE. It makes no sense at all. I don't know what the hell that's about, but it's ridiculous. And that is... And I'm talking about both companies are ridiculous for each other's bullshit. Like, what they do is ridiculous. Like, and they both do it. That's the crazy thing. They both do it. It's not just one. And I don't know what the answer to that is. But it's something. What the hell?
We plan the spot all day.
Oh my God!
I want you to jam it in.
DWELSH!
Oh, it's in your bunghole. Whoa, it's in your bunghole.
DWELSH has dropped a huge bomb!
Jammed in my bunghole.
He's exploded!
Whoa, it's in your bunghole.
Audio Jungle.
Oh.
Ghost. You ugly fucking cunt. SITH. Suck my ass. Drew Bar. You're just missing in action.
Wow. DWELSH has dropped an absolute stiff hard one. To start this show off, DWELSH with the bombs away. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff! Are you ready, DWELSH? Oh my God, man. Getting it pumped up here to start this thing off. DWELSH, man, thank you so much, bro. You beast. DWELSH going full. Man, he just went full beast mode and dropped the $100 bomb on this. What up, man? Welsh, you are a savage. Even John Wills is here getting naked in the chat. Man, we haven't even gotten to the beginning of AEW yet. And we will. I've been fascinated by watching how bad the Bruins are playing right now. After this whole season of being the best team in the league, you know, I would have just thought, you know, just sweep Florida. You know what I mean? If you're that great, you're going to just sweep Florida. But, you know, the fact that you even losing one against Florida is kind of like, ugh. Like, how would you do that? I swear to God, if AEW doesn't upload the show tonight, I'm not fucking talking about AEW Dynamite until they upload the show, because I use that as my barometer of how I feel about the show. So I swear to God to you, if they don't, I swear to fucking God, bro, if they don't update this, I'm not fucking talking about AEW. Like, what the fuck, bro? It still hasn't been uploaded yet. I'm still sitting here waiting for the AEW to be uploaded so I can get into it. I don't write notes down anymore because I remember as long as I follow along with the video. Swear to Christ, I will fucking just not even do the review if this doesn't get uploaded. There were moments tonight on AEW that were just too long. Like, the opening segment was just way too goddamn long. It's fucking ridiculous. Let's do the AEW. Let's talk about the Acclaimed rap. We like to review the Acclaimed's rap here on the show every single week, so let's hear what they got.
Hook and Isaiah Cassidy.
Here we go.
This Saturday night, 10/9 Central on TNT.
It's great to see Jeff Hardy back. I can tell you that.
Listen.
Yo.
Acclaimed on the mic, always done right. Dropping y'all quicker than stock for some Bud Light. Start counting them out. We'll knock the taste of out of your mouth.
Oh, I don't even know what he said there.
It's laid on screen. I'ma stop you in the chest like I'm Draymond Green. With no technical foul, they gon' have to wipe you up with the terrible towel.
That's pretty funny, man. It's pretty good. Now, the fact that one of the lines got blanked out, I can only imagine it's awesome. So I'm going to round up and give it a 7 out of 10. Now, it also kind of sucks that I don't know what he said there. I can't even think of it. Maybe people in the chat have figured it out. I don't know. But something about a cum and a cum rag it sounded like they were talking about. So what I'll say is that, yeah, I guess if I had been able to hear that, it would have been better. But, you know, we'll just say that I'll give it a 7. I'll round it up. I'll give it a 7. And that's about it, I guess. I don't know. Round up, give it a 7. AEW still hasn't uploaded to YouTube TV, so I still can't talk about the show because I still don't have the show to talk about. Can someone remind me what happened first, because I don't remember. What happened first on tonight's show? I would rather start from the beginning and go to the end, but it's like, bro, I didn't write the notes down because I usually put the show on to my right and I put it on speed, and I keep an eye on it to like think in my head how long segments were and how things went, and that's what I like to do every week. And last week the same thing happened. The upload didn't go up onto fucking YouTube TV. So now it's like I'm sitting here like, well, waiting for this fucking thing to fucking upload. How about you fucking upload AEW Dynamite? I'm going to go fucking tweet something right now, actually. In fact, you know what? I'm going to record it right now. Hey, AEW and YouTube TV. We all pay like $70 a month for YouTube TV. How about you fucking upload the fucking episode so we can watch it? Because it's not up there right now. You fucking cunts. Fuck you. You fucking loser fucking corporations. Fuck off. There's my fucking message. I'm going to go send that to fucking to everybody. How about that? How about that? How about that? At AEW, fucking All Elite Wrestling at YouTube TV. And then I'm going to hashtag racists just for the fun of it. Hey, AEW and YouTube TV. We all pay like $70 a month for YouTube TV. How about you fucking upload the fucking episode so we can watch it? Because it's not up there right now. You fucking cunts. Fuck you. You fucking loser fucking corporations. Fuck off. Hey, AEW and YouTube TV. You think they'll say anything to that fucking video that I just put out there? By the way, I'm going to make sure I hope everybody retweets that. You know what I mean? For fucking $70 a month, you can't get this shit up there every fucking week. You can't get this shit to upload. Fucking losers. They uploaded last week's after like 3 hours. It's like 3 hours until it went up. It's still not up. Fucking retarded, bro. I don't even pay $70. I pay $25 because I'm grandfathered in. That's another reason why I canceled my cable. Because I was like, well, I'm canceling my cable. It's $25 a month for YouTube TV. But that's ending for me soon. I'm surprised it hasn't ended yet, actually. I don't know why it hasn't. It was supposed to end a while ago, but it hasn't ended yet. So maybe it's this August. I don't know. But either way, I'm grandfathered in because I was part of the early studies of the premium program. Back when you had over 25,000 subscribers, you could be part of the program, and I got grandfathered in for 3 years. But it's like I'm on my 4th year, so I don't know if they forgot. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but it's like I don't know. But well, let's talk about the things we can talk about, which is MJF talks well on the mic. That's great. Expected that. This segment was really long. We've done it before. Britt Baker is super over because they're in Pittsburgh. The terrible towels are waving all over the place like crazy. It's just it's a great atmosphere if you're from Pittsburgh, I guess. You know what I mean? And that's true. Mustafa will threaten your IP address and your home. So you got to look out for him. It's a great point, DWELSH in the chat. Shout out to DWELSH for the $101 bomb. Tonight's huge, although the Bruins are going to lose to the Panthers, which is retarded. I can't even believe that, bro. That's ridiculous. But yeah, $70 a month. It's $70 a month for cable, But YouTube, the only reason I have YouTube TV is because I can watch it and do this. It helps me with my show. It helps me with what I do. So I get rid of cable. But if this goes up to $70 a month, I might as well just get cable back. You know what I mean? What's the point? The Bruins need to sign Dork Knight's daughter. That's a great point. That's a great point. I didn't even think of that. They should they should have thought of that. That's a great point.
Somewhere after midnight, in my wildest fantasy. Somewhere just beyond my reach, there's someone reaching back for me. Racing on the thunder, and rising with the heat. for a hero till the morning light. And he's gotta be sure, he's gotta be soon. He's gotta be larger than life, larger than life. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Since when do countouts happen in Tony is taking the cocaine hard lately. Wardlow losing in Cleveland? But I am pretty sure Jungle Jack got concussed after that table spot 6.
Ooh,
5/10 Bruins need to get their shit together after this game tonight.
Yeah, the Bruins are not looking good right now, the Soundwave 92. This is weird. After a big sickness ran through the locker room, you wonder if it's going to be called the plague or something like that ruined the season. I was worried about that. But, I mean, who would think they'd be losing 5-2? I mean, they could honestly lose this game and then not lose another 10. I hope that's the case. But this is, they looked sluggish last night and then they came out of it. Soundwave 92 dropping the $40 bomb, man. Soundwave, thank you so much, dude. Soundwave, thank you for going above and beyond, bro. You are much appreciated as always, bro. You guys keep these shows alive with the donations, so I appreciate that. If you want to donate to the show tonight, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, or super chat, or become a member. Do whatever you got to do. We don't even have 100 likes yet. I mean, that's just pathetically sad. Other channels have like 500 likes. Like, we have 240 people watching at one point. I mean, we can't even hit 100 likes. I mean, just end my life right now. But you know what we can do is get a DWELSH bomb for 101. That's what we can do. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I just think once you knew it was Wardlow's hometown, which I didn't know it was gonna be, it was like, okay, Wardlow's winning. So that just kind of became pathetic because it's like they just win no matter what. And I told you this was a lose-lose situation. I said it's lose-lose. I mean, Hobbs is gonna lose because they got to give it to Wardlow, and if Wardlow doesn't win, he's dead. So Wardlow has to win. Wardlow has to win, and they're in his hometown. And it's just like, but he never should have lost. And you're trying to build up Hobbs. And there's just all these reasons that, like, things are just not, like there's too much. I don't know, bro. It's too obvious. When someone's in their hometown, they're going to win. And when someone's in their hometown in the WWE, they're going to lose. I mean, the two companies just are fucking retarded. I mean, both of them. In different ways. And doing the same thing the opposite direction. But they're basically doing the same thing. And that's what's stupid. But either way, it's a stupid thing. You know? So, whatever. But it's just Britt Baker, she's going to win. She's in her hometown. I mean, like, dude, how stupid can these companies be? Where, like, WWE, like, loves to make people lose in their hometown. And AEW is like, oh, they're in their hometown, they've got to win. It's just so, like, both hometown people win. You know, it's just like every time. I don't know, bro. It's actually retardedly pathetic at this point. Like, it is really stupid. I'm sorry I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop thinking about how stupid it is. Every time. You're gonna win in your hometown every time. How does that make any sense to anybody? It's not like they come around once a year or whatever. There's multiple people in their hometowns every 3 weeks. It's made a big deal that someone's in their hometown. And then they win. Like, I dare WWE to make people win in their hometown, and I dare AEW to make people lose in their hometown for once. I fucking dare it to happen. But no. I guess it ain't gonna happen. You know?
Or maybe they'll be like the Boston Bruins season this year. This just goes to shit. Or maybe they'll be like the Boston Bruins season this year. This just goes to shit.
Well, I guess Omar dialed up an old clip of mine from when the Bruins lost in the playoffs from four or 5 years ago. I don't remember when that's from, but that's pretty funny, Omar. Hey, man, the series is tied 1-1. I mean, it's not like, you know. Good thing I didn't go to the game tonight, though, I'll tell you that. Good thing I didn't go. I got to stay here and watch Powerhouse Hobbs. The women had a pretty good match tonight. I mean, like, they did all right. That women's match was somewhat all right. I got to say. That tweet is doing well that I sent to AEW and YouTube TV. The video still isn't uploaded yet. "75 days ago, a toxic train disaster rocked East Palestine, Ohio. 48 days ago, Joe Biden said he'd visit at some point, but he hasn't said a word about it since. That was 75 days have passed, and Joe Biden hasn't said a word about it. That's interesting. They're weird people. That just popped up on my Twitter feed. Yeah, so we're sitting here waiting for them to upload this episode to YouTube TV, and they still haven't done it. Still not up. But yeah, the women had a pretty good match tonight. I thought they did well. There were some nice moments throughout the night. The hometown feel-good Britt Baker win. The hometown feel-good, I guess, Wardlow win. The Britt Baker moment was the best thing of the night. Jericho, Adam Cole, and then Paige or whatever, Saraya and her group joining with Jericho's crew was kind of interesting. I mean, it was an all right segment. It's been done before, quite a bit actually, but I thought it was a pretty well done, pretty well done thing. A well done moment on the show tonight. For some reason, the Bruins pitchers are coming on. I don't know why. My bad. Wardlow wins the TNT championship again. Arn Anderson jumped in there to help at one point with his sexy bald ass. And so I thought tonight was I don't know, man. I think maybe it was like a 6 out of 10 show tonight. I'm going to put a poll up in a second to see what you guys have to say about it. I've got more to say about it, and I have clips I wanted to play from the show, but the DVR crashed because AEW doesn't know how to upload their show to YouTube TV or something like that. So let me put the poll up, and then I'm going to give you my opinions on a couple of things. And the news. There's some wrestling news, too, that comes out of what happened at AEW tonight. Let me see. Let me get the poll up. You guys can vote on what you thought of tonight's show. I'm curious to see. Also, I had to go and turn my heater down. It was way too hot in here. It's like starting to get like friggin' stuffy in here. Very hot in this bitch tonight.
Shit bomb.
Let's check the donations.
Have you considered using Sling TV? The prices for subscription is way cheaper than YouTube TV.
You know what? I'm going to look it up, John Wills. I'm going to look it up, John. I will look up Sling TV tonight. Do they have? Do you think they have local sports like Nesson? And you think I can access it on my Xbox? The best deal in live TV as low as $20 for your first month, $40 after. Wow, they really do have a lot of stuff. Maybe I'd try it. NBC included, that costs more. It's $55 a month for everything. I don't know. John Wills, thank you. This is Allison Tuckwab's super chat from earlier that didn't play. Allison, what's up? It actually plays the Omega Bomb when I replay super chat, so my bad on that. But, I mean, hey, Allison deserves it. Normally, Allison is dropping a bomb. I want to choke the Florida Panthers tonight. I'm going to choke them so bad.
Audio Jungle. I kinda wish football would start to see where Aaron Rodgers would go, but I don't like what comes with it. The snow. I like the way wrestling went to. That's my opinion.
Right. Allison Tuckwab. Hey, Boston Bruins and the Panthers are fighting, so let's take a look at that. Allison, I want it to be football season again too. Because I was having a good time during football season. Especially betting. You know what I mean, Allison? Allison Tuckwab. Let's watch the Bruins. I hope they better win the fight at least. The Bruins better win the fight. If you can't win the game, you got to win the fight. And the Florida Panthers have been cunts this whole game. So I've been waiting to do some. There we go. And it's 6-2. It's got a chance to get nasty, the guy just said. And the Bruins score right after it. How about that?
Didn't get a lot on it, but it made its way through Lyon.
I'm hoping for a tornado outbreak. Oh, no, there is a tornado outbreak? Oh, no. Are you serious? Another one? Dude, what the hell is going on? Why are there so many tornadoes going on, man? Jesus. Another one? Yeah, it doesn't look like a good fight yet. It looks like just a bunch of bullshit. Let's hope next game someone gets their asses eaten. Picard Season 3, greater than last 10 years of wrestling. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, man. I hope everybody's going to be okay tonight in Oklahoma and everywhere. That's crazy. No one's really that okay in Oklahoma. I mean, because they go to Cracker Barrel so much. You know? They're always eating that Cracker Barrel. Thank you so much, Allison. Let me read what Allison said again just to make sure we got it right. Allison said, I kind of wish football would start to see where Aaron Rodgers would go, but I don't like what comes with it. I like the way wrestling went AEW. You like what AEW did tonight? Yeah, I think a lot of people seemingly thought AEW was all right tonight. I thought it got a solid 6 out of 10, it seems like, tonight. But looking at the poll here, pulling it up, 83 votes so far, not a lot of votes. A lot of people, I think were a little underwhelmed tonight. They went to bed. They didn't feel like checking out AEW all that much. I saw a lot of people didn't. They did. Some people did. Whatever. But either way, a lot of times awesome is the number one thing. Or awesome is like in the 20-25 percentage in that area. It's not as often you see it that lower. So 53% okay is, I mean, half of you guys thought the show was all okay tonight. It's pretty definitive. I mean, it's not often that you see blah or terrible beat out awesome. I don't think. I mean, maybe I'm misremembering my own polls, but I don't think it's that often you see that. And so for that reason, I think it was a bit of it's okay. It's blah. It was what it was. Boy, I'm looking forward to Game 3 with the Panthers, aren't you? I mean, these guys are fucking furious right now. This Bruins Panthers series is going to be fun on the Game 3. These guys are fucking pissed off. We'll see what happens. But 90 votes. So I think overall tonight was, another AEW success. But, by the way Wardlow covered Hobbs, did anyone else jerk off? I mean, I know I did. I mean, Wardlow covered him like a rape victim, bro. Like, he covered him like it was sexy time, which I appreciate. And the referees are just going to run the last 3 seconds off the clock and not even have them go out there. They're not even going to – I don't even know how you do that legally, but I've seen it happen before in hockey. Game 3 in the home where hockey started, Miami. What the fuck, Pico? Mr. Pico Boulevard. The Dallas Stars defeat the Minnesota Wild, it looks like. Or it's close. I don't know. The Edmonton Oilers got a crazy game going on. What was your favorite moment of the night on AEW, though, in the chat? If you can let me know in the chat, what's the best thing that happened tonight on AEW? I mean, for me, it was just Britt Baker's moment of her going around beating everybody up and looking great again. But why do they only do that when she's in her hometown at this point? Why isn't Britt Baker more showcased in a better light more often now? Recently, she's taken a bit of a back seat, and it's like she's still like one of the top woman ever. She's going to go down as the AEW original woman. You know what I mean? The one. She's the one. And great stuff for her tonight in front of everybody. Sammy Guevara winning, says Sloth Fan. Women's tag team match, I think, was one of the best matches of the night. Hobbs is going to WWE. You really think that, Joe Bishop, or is that a joke? Can you imagine that? Imagine Hobbs going to WWE. They'd probably stick him in like a tag team or something like that. You know what I mean? And yeah, as far as Allison Tuckwab goes, you know what? I hope Aaron Rodgers ends up going to your living room. That's what I hope. You know what I mean, Allison, for you? I know him showing up in your living room would be the best thing ever for you. Like, you'd love it. And I think you should get it. Who's that? DWELSH, whose window is this that got blasted in, DWELSH? I don't even know who that is. AEW still hasn't been uploaded to YouTube TV. It's still not on there. Still not there. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. I'm going to go ahead and head over to Discord, since AEW still isn't uploaded. Let's head over to Discord, see who's in the house. And we got Mustafa, we got Jesse. John Wills, thank you for the $5. The Soundwave 92, thank you for the $40. Allison Tuckwab, thank you for the $19.99. And of course, the Ghost from the Coast earlier today. And D. Welsh, thank you for the $101 bomb. Absolutely sexy of you to drop the bomb. And now we're looking at an overlay because this thing is fucked up. Let me fix that. All right, we'll fix it. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Now we got to fix the other one. Yo, Mustafa, what's up, man? Or Jesse or whoever. You all right, baby? I'm in Discord, but I don't think that he's probably surprised that I jumped in this early. Is there anybody in here but me? Couple of mutes. MJF is the best thing. Research. Hobbs publicly stated he's grateful to KANE, and he's never leaving if he has offers. There. Okay, so yeah. So Hobbs is not leaving? Okay. That answers that. I mean, I don't know why, maybe someone was just kidding around. Like, oh, he's leaving, he's not really leaving. I don't know.
Hey, Joe.
Yo.
I think they might be glitched out. I'm not, oh, never mind.
No, I don't think they're glitched. Yeah, I think they were away.
Mustafa was in here when I got in here, so I don't know how long he's been in here.
Yeah, I just think I don't think people were prepared for me to jump in here so quickly. They were just like, all right, I'll wait, and he'll be, I don't think anybody was ready. That's all it was.
What's up, Joe?
What up, Patrick Carnes? How you doing?
I'm well. Yourself?
I've been better. The Bruins lost. I'm kind of pissed off about the hockey game, but other than that, I mean, hey, I'm getting ready for Star Trek at 3 in the morning, and that was a pretty okay AEW. What do you think?
It was all right.
It's okay. I have complaints, but yeah.
I think you're right. The DDS was the best thing on the show.
Hey, Patrick Carnivore, or whatever the fuck your name is. Carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed something. It's hard to tell which one's supposed to be the dog in your profile picture.
Nice.
Wow, that's really mean.
Hey, Joe, you saw that too? Powerhouse Hobbs, more like Power Bottom.
Yeah, it was weird how Wardlow covered him like how sometimes the female wrestlers cover each other. You know, like it was very homoerotic.
Very rapey.
Yeah, very rapey.
Well, you know what? I think they're starting to. I think that's like a new thing now in wrestling. Is like wrestlers acknowledging that wrestling is kind of homoerotic in a way.
Okay.
Because not to. I know this will piss off everybody, but on Raw, what's the guy's name? Big fat guy. He fought Bobby Lashley last week.
Bronson.
Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed. Yeah. He cut a promo. He cut a promo backstage, or maybe it was just on the WWE YouTube channel or whatever, where he was like, "Oh yeah, and I'm coming for you, Bobby. I'm coming for you every week because you're gonna get slapped with this big meat or something." You know, it sounded so fucking gay, and it had to be on the nose. So I think now wrestlers are playing into the fact that wrestling is homoerotic.
Yeah, it's been like that though. I've heard them do that stuff before, and it all started with Goldust.
This was straight up missionary position cover tonight.
Mm-hmm. That was a weird cover. Now here, I have a question for the guy who said I should get Sling earlier. Is Sling gonna carry my local sports teams like the Bruins and Nesson and Red Sox? Because if they don't,
if not,
yeah, that's a huge. Then it's like YouTube TV. But I mean, I guess what's the difference? Because YouTube TV is too much too. So I don't know.
If Joe gets Sling and there's no sports channels on it, then he's gonna fucking come to your house and put your arm in a fucking sling.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you in a sling. Then I'm gonna sling your mother around. The Star Trek fans are fighting with themselves on Twitter. I found that interesting today. This has nothing to do with wrestling, and nobody cares about Star Trek. But I just found it interesting that this guy Robert Meyer Burnett, who worked on Star Trek before and is a big Star Trek guy, but is also bashes a lot of the new Trek. It's funny because today this guy basically was like called him a racist. You know what I mean? Like because the guy was basically saying that like Star Trek Strange New Worlds isn't that good and he's not looking forward to it. Like this guy called him a racist. So I actually have a picture. I have a picture of the tweet. Now the guy blocked me. So this guy said, "Of course, the racist, sexist, homophobic piece of shit, Robert Meyer Burnett goes right back to his rhetoric of bullshit on the eve of Star Trek Picard finale, rallying his little racist goons behind him. What a fucking cockroach of a human being. Now, he said this after he blocked Robert Meyer Burnett. Robert Meyer Burnett is a guy who's worked on Star Trek before, and his co-hosts are fucking black. But this guy is too... Here's some of his co-hosts. But this guy... Yeah. But this is what these crazy people on the left now do. Like, racist, sexist, homophobic. You left out anti-Semitic, too, you fucking nimroded fuckhead. So I wrote, this is what's wrong with Star Trek fans. They call people racist and homophobe just for no reason at all. What the fuck is wrong with some of you people? So I hope this fucking Julian has the con.
You people? You people?
Yeah, you people. I don't know, man, but I'm pissed off tonight. The Bruins lost, and this fucking cunt sucker, I hope his Twitter is attacked all night long, to be honest. Julian Brown, I hope your Twitter gets fucked with all night long, you fucking loser, idiot, retard. I hope Trump gets elected, too, just to watch you get angry. This is what's wrong with people like this. What the fuck is wrong with these people? The guy's not a racist. He just makes shit up.
It's the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, people do it for Star Wars.
They do it for everything.
Anything now.
They just fucking hide behind calling. I'm going to call you racist. That's what I'll do. You're a fucking loser. I went and watched the guy's videos. He's like, I was, one thing my mother gave me is she raised me right, and she.
That's the worst.
And she was.
That's the fucking worst.
No, the best is then he goes, and she had, my mother had AIDS and was a drug addict. But she still raised me the right way. And I was like, bro, that explains everything. Your mother had AIDS and was a drug addict, and now you're on Twitter as a fat grown adult calling a guy a racist homophobe who has gay and black people on his show. You fucking idiot, kill yourself.
Joe made a song about you, AIDS infested. Well, you know the rest.
Oh.
Everything Joe just said is summed up in Pico's picture.
Let me take a look at it. Oh, my God. What the hell, Pico? Mr. Pico? Anyway, what did you guys think of AEW tonight? Well, I was doing that during the commercials, fighting with these retards on Twitter.
That seems more interesting.
It was. I think it was, because the Bruins were losing. AEW was just kind of like cruising along. And I'm sitting on there watching these people with Ukraine flags attack people for no reason.
Oh, that's the worst. You know what? Because it's like now, I support something, so that allows me to be a fucking giant piece of garbage. And you know that those are the people who are like the classic textbook example of like, listen, I just don't fit in with the regular group of people. I'm just different from everybody. I'm what you call a weirdo. They think that they're like really special.
I'm what you call a weirdo.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? It's this clip that somebody took from like one of those shitty CW shows.
Yeah.
Where it was like this guy going, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
Yeah, I don't want to fit in. In fact, I want to kill a Nazi.
Don't talk to me if you're supporting the patriarchy. They just anything that has archy, they say something with archy in the name, and they think they know everything.
Yep. I mean, dude, I don't get it. I've been attacked by everybody though before. I've been attacked by the kind of the crazy people on all sides, but nothing is crazier right now than these people. But let's go back to AEW.
I had a pretty insane person come to work today. He had his daughter with him, and he was screaming, like, threatening people, and he was like,
really?
He started crying and shit. He was like, why is my wife doing this to me? And the fucking cops got called and shit. And, I think he was a liberal.
Well, probably, yeah.
Hey, the Bucks have 115 points in the third quarter.
Wow. They're going to get to... Well, what's the record? 149 or something?
I don't know. They're up by 33 without Giannis.
Jesus, that might get crazy. Like seriously, that's pretty crazy. I think it's going to be the Celtics and Bucks at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be wrong though. I don't know. I've been wrong a bunch. But what'd you think of AEW tonight? Let's run through it. I mean, I basically gave you – it was – I mean, I thought Britt Baker's moment, the women's match were the best things, and then maybe it was the main event. I don't know, bro. I'm lost on what – I don't really know what I feel about the show tonight. I feel like I watched the show and it was nice, and I'm not really angry about it, but I'm also not really that over happy with it or anything, so it just felt like a –
Ordinary.
Okay. Like, all right, that was AEW Dynamite. I'll wait. I'll guess see what happens next week. I guess I'm not mad, and I'm not happy. I'm not mad. I don't
shit bum.
I guess I don't know how to explain it.
Tornado emergency declared for Shawnee, Oklahoma. 2-mile-wide tornado about to hit city of Shawnee, Oklahoma head-on. Tornado has winds of 175 miles per hour.
Jesus
What are you, the
Christ.
fucking weatherman? Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, DWELSH is the weatherman.
Hey, DWELSH, why don't you fucking tell us? Why don't you tell us when it's going to rain tomorrow? Oh, my God.
Why don't you yell? Well, there you go. Hey, he's got one ear and one eye too. Sorry. But you
Sounds
just
about right.
Subscribe.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Young Loud Dad's Snotty TV. Thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up, man? Shout out to all the new
guys, I just want to let you know that there's a in the East Coast area, there's a high chance
basketball
of
dance off the
slight
concrete.
precipitation.
I mean, I'm just so sick of
Ladies
you
and
little
gentlemen.
meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Bullfrog's Giblets is donating.
Joe, threesome, you, Leah, and Dylan Mulvaney.
No, I mean, there is something about Dylan Mulvaney, though. I want to get in a hot tub with her, with a Bud Light in a hot tub. I don't know why. It's just
a Bud Light, not a Coors Light.
Yeah,
not a Bud Ice.
No, it's got
a Bud Light.
Just a Bud Light.
Yeah, a Bud Light is what they advertise. So why would I get in there with a Coors?
Real American queeros.
I don't have a problem with Mulvaney or whatever whatever it is.
You don't have a problem with Slow and Veiny?
Yeah, the name Veiny, that part, that's creepy. Like when I hear Veiny, I think of cock. Yeah. Like I'm not all bent out of shape that a trans woman is the spokesperson of Bud Light for a week. I don't know why. That didn't make me angry.
And Nike.
Like, dude, there's so many things. There are so many bad things that are going on with so many dumb things and dumb woke things that are actually really shitty and stuff. That's not shitty to me. That's just weird. Like, okay, like this person is the spokesman of Bud Light. What the fuck? This is weird. What happened to the Clydesdales and the Real Men of Genius or whatever? But like, I don't care because it's not that big a deal. Like, there's so many other woke things that are enraging. That's not enraging. I'm like, cool. They got I don't know.
Real men have a
Does
penis.
Bud Light still tastes like shit? Like, I don't know. I'm still gonna drink it when I'm broke.
I mean, the people who give a shit about that are Republicans or people who don't support, transgender people. That's I don't even mean to sound like a fucking SJW with that, but that's the truth. If you're getting mad, oh my God, a transgender person is the spokesperson to a beer.
Yeah, you know what I get mad at when a transgender man, a woman is in the woman's sport and they beat the fuck out of all the other women. That's not fair. That's when I get mad. But I don't get mad that a trans woman is the spokesperson of Bud Light. By the way,
And it's these the bathroom with my daughter. That's kind of fucked up.
And it's these overreactions to like stuff like that, which kind of makes it harder for I guess people from the other side to see, the people who are against all this cancel culture and woke shit, to see their point, because it's like, well, you guys get crazy mad about if there's a fucking black person in a superhero movie. Oh, there it goes, woke again, woke culture. When you overreact about everything, sooner or later nobody's gonna listen to what the fuck you're saying.
Well, that's what's happened to me at my house. I show Leah stuff all the time, and Leah goes, "Okay, here we go again." Like, she doesn't listen to me at all. I'm like, "Look at this." She's like, "So what?" But there are stupid shit that goes down, and I do agree with. Listen, I'm down with complaining. I complain about a lot of shit, But I'm just not. I'm like Bud Light. I mean, I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, that Mulvaney girl guy, whatever, they're cringe as fuck. I wouldn't make that person my sponsor because they're so cringy. Like, it's all fake. They're fake. They're like, oh my God, I'm a girl now. Oh. It's like, dude, fucking, you are a cringy piece of shit. Like, but I don't care. Like, go ahead, Bud Light, you retards. Like, that's not gonna make me drink it. It's gonna make me. It's just gonna make me go, yeah, that's even. They're desperate. That's what it tells me, is that you're desperate.
And those people that you just described, the try-hard transgenders, do they ever have like a fucking off day where they can
is a moron? Wow. Doc Staffa in the chat.
One of the changes I would have made to it was build up Wardlow and Hobbs for either a pay-per-view or have them main event tonight's show.
Well, Retro Neon, my point at the beginning of the show is like, bro, what's the point what's the point in Hobbs and Wardlow anyway? It was always just so Wardlow could win in his hometown. That's what the whole thing was for.
Yeah, so basically it was just big guys that wanted to fight for a title.
Get a connection.
Basically ruined his car.
Get a connection,
It's not working?
Doc Staffa. No,
it's not working?
Now it is.
Potato with the belt.
Now it is. Now it's working.
Yeah. I'm just saying, basically, you got two big guys that are fighting for a title. One guy destroys one's car, loses the title via interference, get Arn Anderson, and pretty much win back your title. That's the story.
Well, but no, the problem is they did it just so Wardlow could win in his hometown. None of the story matters. It all was just like, hey,
it didn't necessarily have to be in his hometown. He was just going to get the belt back anyway.
Well, it didn't, but it did for them. That's all it was about.
I guess. I mean,
Yeah. Like, why?
I mean, again, WWE, as you said, Joe, a lot of the time you won't win in your hometown. There's only been very few cases where people actually won in their hometown. One was Punk. Another one was like, I'm not sure if it was Rock or something. Yeah, but like years ago. You know what I mean? It's very rare. But in AEW, yeah, you're from this hometown, you win. Except if you're, what's his face? Sonny Kiss, so you're going to lose in your hometown in a dark match.
I'm just blown away
that in your hometown because Montreal screw jobs happen if you do.
Luchasaurus can never win because he's from parts unknown, I guess.
Yeah, well, that explains why he loses all the time. So that's actually an interesting take.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little too ridiculous when you always win in your hometown in AEW and you always lose in WWE. It's like the two companies are fucking so stupid. By the way, take a look at this photo of CM Punk. He looks normal here. But I told AI to make CM Punk a retard. You know that?
Oh, so he looks normal.
No, I said AI make CM Punk a retard. And this is what I got. You'll see in a minute. There it is. That's what AI did. I was like, okay.
It's a regular picture of CM Punk.
Now, I thought it was going to censor me and tell me I couldn't say that word or something like that, but no, it worked.
Well, is it the K word?
He's a spokesperson for Mongoloid muffins.
Looks like something out of Sims.
Yeah,
I just saw it.
it's Sims M Punk. It's Sims Punk. That's pretty funny. I didn't think about that.
Oh, dude, who does he look like? Oh my god,
like a rat?
You know what he kind of look? He kind of looks like. Oh, this might be a little bit
Just
of a
say
stretch,
it.
but
Just say it.
Your penis.
He kind of looks like one of the guys from Horrible Bosses, but now I had a joke and it died on my tongue. So,
well,
I like my God.
I mean, I think he looks very handsome right there.
Hey, Mr. Pico.
He's got the Down syndrome eye thing going.
He's got like mascara under his eyes on this one.
Yeah, it's a little.
You would know
creepy.
about that one, Mr. Pico.
Yeah, I would.
Well, I just heard a. Well, Mustafa, give me your thoughts. I mean, on AEW tonight. Give me what do you think about AEW? I'm not even gonna say anything. You just go ahead. Let me know what you think.
I mean, the intro. I mean, the fact that you started off with a promo was actually kind of interesting because normally AEW starts off with a match.
It was
unlike WWE where they start off with a promo.
It was a long promo, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I get the point that each pillars trying to make their case saying why they should be the champion, and the idea of putting them in a gauntlet, okay. And the whole point of, I guess, Sammy, I guess, somewhat being aligned with MJF is to try to build him up as a heel, because AEW has been trying to say this guy's a heel, mainly because of, with his, marriage falling apart, then ended up being with Ty Conti, so that ultimately made him a heel. So they want to make him, again, more and more of a bad guy, I guess, in this case for now, until either Sammy or MJF turn on one another. And then, I mean, again, they're saying that there's not going to be a fatal four-way, but I'm sorry, it smells like a fatal four-way from a mile away.
No, that's just Sasha Banks' pussy.
I thought so. It smells like money.
You know what it don't smell like? White guys.
What? What is going on right now?
I don't know. There's like this awkward silence going on. Somebody speak. Anyways.
It's because I'm trying to eat a sandwich.
Okay. Well, I don't understand.
Is it a foot-long sandwich?
I just don't know what. I didn't even know what we were talking about. I was trying to understand what was going on. I couldn't make out.
Basically, the whole segment. I mean, yeah, it was a little too long, but it's pretty much setting up the couple weeks for matches. I mean, again, when is Double or Nothing in May?
28th.
28th. So we got about like 5 weeks now before we get to the pay-per-view. So there's going to be a lot of filler, unfortunately.
Wait, Mustafa, can you ask that question again? When the pay-per-view is going to be?
When is the pay-per-view? Somebody said May 28th, right?
Oh, can you ask it again? Just ask the question again.
When is the pay-per-view?
September 11th. Ha ha ha, because it's 9/11.
There you go.
Wah, wah. Moving on. So let's talk about one of the main segments on the show, Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. Adam Cole basically saying he respects Chris Jericho, that he pretty much got his whole shtick from Jericho. Jericho saying, I don't respect you, blah, blah, blah. They're talking back and forth, and pretty much we're going to get Jericho and Adam Cole at Double or Nothing. So my question is, did they really need Britt Baker to get the heat on Jericho in order to really set up this match? Did they really need it?
Let's talk about those shots that Britt Baker took from.
Oh, no, she's a champ. She's a champ, bro. I'll give her credit, but it's like,
Why?
At the same,
Kendo stick shots. Me.
Kendo stick shots, and again, it's all right. I mean, again, I wasn't like the biggest fan of it necessarily, because I think it's really between Jericho and, again, Adam Cole. The idea of bringing Paige and the rest of her squad in and just those are two separate stories. I would have kept the story separate.
I feel like every time I hear about Adam Cole and AEW, it's always somehow or another he's involved with Britt Baker, and it's just I don't know. Again, I don't really watch, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But has he been able to get to at least relatively where he was at in NXT as a solo wrestler?
As a solo wrestler? Well, remember, in NXT, he wasn't really a solo guy until much later. He was still with the Undisputed Era, so it was really a group effort.
I mean in a sense where it's he not has his own storyline, but you're invested in him wrestling, as much as you were in NXT.
I mean, it's a different set of scenarios because, it's completely different scenario with him in AEW than it was in NXT. In NXT, like I said, he was with Undisputed Era. There were basically being the four horsemen of that, brand. He comes in, he kind of was with Red Dragon a little bit, but then that thing fell apart. And he got injured, and then he comes back, and he's a babyface now. I guess people want to cheer for him. So it's basically him vying to be the world heavyweight champion. But right now, it's just him and Jericho. And who knows? Maybe he might want to be in the contingency going towards All In. I don't know. Or maybe All Out, depending if they do All Out when they come back to the States.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. Nothing big happened tonight, other than we know it's going to be Adam Cole and Jericho, or is it going to be like you said? Is it going to be a multi-man match? I don't.
I pray to God it's not a mixed tag.
That's what it feels like. That like they're worried that maybe Adam Cole is babying him because he might still kind of be a little soft from being hurt.
They're pulling the Shawn Michaels 95 with Adam Cole right now.
What do you mean?
Have you realized that? Like, for example, like he got injured. Yeah, no. Before that, like in '95, remember when Shawn got injured legitimately at some bar in Syracuse?
Well, like after he got in a fight, they beat the shit out of him. But yeah, after you mean after he relinquished the world title after his run?
The Intercontinental title, yeah. It's like Adam Cole, he comes back and he's back better than ever, that type of thing. And they're trying to put him involved with Jericho, and they're just trying to get so much sympathy on Adam. I get it, but I feel like with Britt, it's taking a bit more of the attention off of him and more so on Britt.
By the way, real quickly, the other thing too, I mean, Mustafa, yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know if I get those vibes, but I get what you're saying. But the other day when I didn't have a lot of money, you know what I did? I logged into my fucking stock account, and I said I only had that one share of WWE stock left, and I went, well, you know what? And I sold it. I had no money, so I needed money, and my stock was $100. The one WWE stock was $100 that I bought for $9. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's
probably should have bought more.
I didn't have money to buy more back in the day. I only bought 19 shares, and I sold the other 18 shares years ago. But imagine that if I'd kept it, 200 shares of WWE stock would, it'd be worth fucking
couple thousand,
almost 2,000 now. Yeah, it's crazy how WWE stock went from $9 when I bought it in 2016 to $100. Like, what the hell, bro? So thanks WWE, I got, I needed $100 the other day, and it worked out. Kind of funny.
Hey, it's funny that Wardlow kind of looks like a bigger, thicker version of Austin Theory.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then
bigger and thicker.
And then what's his name? Hobbs. He kind of looks like Kevin Hart.
No, bro, he looks like Debo with the hair. Debo from Friday. He played Zeus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of those ethnic movies.
Oh my God.
You've never seen Friday, you cuck? Come on.
I actually, you know what? I think I did watch Friday, or it was one of the Friday movies, and I was tripping sack.
Friday after
and there was this Christmas thing going on. Where somebody was
that was Friday After Next, dude. That's the third installment. You gotta watch the first one, dude.
When that was on, I was so freaked out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That's sad. At any rate, I mean, dude, talk about the Wardlow match, dude. Powerhouse Hobbs, when he took those power bombs, bro, I was literally fearing for him. I'm like, dude, a guy that size being flipped up in the air, especially when he almost broke his neck with Punk with that Hurricane Rana. I'm like, dude, please don't land on your neck, because this dude took a pounding with those power bombs.
Yeah, you like that, right? You like when guys get pounded.
I mean, I'm actually scared for my life if somebody get pounded. It's like abuse.
Pound them, and then you. After you're done pounding them, you leak their
That's IP abuse, address. My friend. That's abuse.
You guys
anyway.
Y'all like pound cake?
Man, let me tell you something. I'm going to pound you and I'm going to pound your cake.
Don't make me call up Stevie T. Don't make me call up Stevie Ray.
I'm gonna leak your fucking IP address, motherfucker.
It's all right, you sucker.
I got friends in the military, motherfucker. My family, they Marines, dog.
Oh my God. Are you gonna be the GI bro from WCW? The Booker T GI bro. You remember that?
At any rate.
Man. There you go.
At any rate, your mother's a whore.
Yo, at any rate, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you raw. I'm gonna eat you raw, motherfucker.
I'm gonna eat you raw.
It's Monday Night Raw.
I'm gonna eat you raw, and I'm gonna lay the smack down on your pussy, motherfucker.
That puss's gonna be blue by the time you're done. My God.
Oh my God, bro.
My God. At any rate, so
at any rate, he goes right back to his catchphrase.
Just to piss people off. Just to piss people off.
I love you. I really
do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Also, to me someone else needs to book/write. Tony Khan is the fucking worst, and to be honest Joey Janela was right. WCW back in the day did it right on how to write and book a show. Then through
Except
so
2000
would write better shit than this.
Yeah, not in 2000, and he's the one who did write
No, they
that.
didn't. No, WCW.
Piece of shit.
Hey,
I'll
what
get to
up?
my point.
I got a secret I'd like to tell everyone.
Oh.
Since I was a Navy SEAL, I keep connections with some of those folks.
Oh.
Nowadays, sometimes they call me in for backup. But backup is a secret code word for me to come back that ass up on the dance floor.
Jesse the potty mouth Ventura. Good Lord.
You know, I was a Navy SEAL, and I did absolutely nothing.
I pitched it to Vince McMahon that I could be a Navy heel, and he didn't want to do it.
He didn't understand. He was considering making me a giant shoe with Navy colors, and I was like, no.
He wasn't like his old man Vinny Sr.
Now I use.
I was gonna do the Jesse impression, but I don't think I have the voice for it tonight.
He lost the gas.
I don't have the
Booker
privates
voice-
for it,
that
but here's
Booker-
the thing. I would have been a great Navy heel. I would have come out as the mean Navy guy who beat up the...
Sounds like Hannibal.
I beat up the gay sailors. That's what I did. Sorry. I don't know.
It's all right.
We're getting ready.
Semen.
You want semen?
Oh, God. Oh, God. The double entendres are killing me right now. Anyways.
Well, it wasn't
You get
that
back
great of a
to what
show.
you were saying, Rosnafa.
Yeah, get back to what you were saying, young whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper.
You know, back in my day, back when I was a Navy SEAL, and we had, I'm gonna be a little. This might be a little racy and a little bit edgy, but we used to call you jigaboos.
Oh.
When we had a jigaboo on the squad, we used to say, hey, we used to point down to one of those cotton fields that Charlie was working at, and we said, hey,
Charlie,
you feel at home. You feel at home.
Oh, my God.
God, stop. Oh, my God.
Well, that's it.
Out of all the... Charlie, really? Out of all the names?
Back when I was after Vietnam, we just called every single... when I got out of Vietnam, Charlie, that's what we did at our school.
Well, if you knew anything about anything, you would know that Charlie has a deeper meaning than just a name, but you wouldn't understand because you weren't a Navy SEAL.
God.
And
I know more than you because I look at things on the internet.
A lot on the internet.
And if you disagree with me and bring up actual points, then I'll just pretend that I wasn't taking any side in the argument.
I just want to say now that the statute of limitations have lifted, that 17 years ago I drugged women and raped them with a spoon.
I just don't want to admit it, but I did shoot an Asian girl. She was sniper. She was a sniper. I'm sorry, I couldn't even keep that with.
I don't believe
Was
this.
her name Asia?
One time I lost my best friend because we were at a party and he walked in on me finger banging the neighbor's dog. And he said, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. And I said, I thought her name was Sarah. That's what I said. And things, and he threw away an entire friendship. When we were 8 years old, we used to stare at Chrissy Hines through a window while she changed. We used to sneak in and read Father's Playboys and look at each other with erections and wonder if that made us gay. But now, suddenly, because we're at a party 20 years later and I finger blasted a dog, he suddenly doesn't want to be my friend anymore. Well, that's ridiculous, and I don't need friends like that.
You know,
what kind of friends do you need, Jesse?
They say
what kind of friends do you need?
They say that the dog is man's best friend, but as soon as you slip a finger in their cornhole, all of a sudden they don't want to be your friend anymore.
Well, I'll tell you this too. That night, the dog was man's best friend, and man was dog's worst rape victim. That's not how it's supposed to go. I'm sorry.
God,
but whatever.
I
sorry.
apologize, dude. If you have a pet at home, we apologize. This is horrible.
If we have a pet at home, I have fucking 4 pets.
I want to tell you a story, and this is a true story about me, definitely about me. When I was in boot camp, there was a guy. He wasn't as up to shape as the rest of us, and we had to beat him with a sock. All of us would fill our sock with soap, and we beat him. Then he ended up killing us.
Well, let me tell you.
And then he ended up killing our drill sergeant and killed himself.
Well, here's
Jesse,
the
I
thing.
think that's from.
If you guys want to,
I think that's from Full Metal Jacket.
If you guys,
we took a few baseballs. We took a few baseballs and put them in a sock, and we beat the piss out of them.
If you guys want to really trust me with what I'm about to say, if you guys want to have a really good time, go down to your pet store, because you have not experienced an orgasm until you've drained the vein into a bunny rabbit's unsuspecting face.
Muy bien.
You know, the thing is, it's almost like Navy SEAL camouflage, because your cum, it just disguises itself on the rabbit's face. You can't even tell where it starts and where it begins.
You mean where it starts to where it ends, right, Sergeant?
Don't correct me, Jigaboo. Roast.
Did you just say Jigaboo? Wow.
I sometimes ever get which year it is. I hit my head when I was in the war.
You sure it wasn't when you were a baby when the doctor dropped you?
I just like to think that like Jesse confuses his life with like other movies, and he's like, so he's like, no, Jesse, I'm pretty sure that happened in Full Metal Jacket.
No, that happened to me. I was there.
Dude, Jesse Ventura, honestly, is like the freaking oh god, what's his face from Dirty Harry, the actor.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Thank you, Clint Eastwood. Dude, he's the Clint Eastwood of professional wrestling. I swear to God, I've seen
that's like last night when you pointed out who Bryan Danielson was. First off, I remember that.
Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, call him what you will.
Piece of shit.
Hey, what's up? I just want to say your all's Jesse Ventura's impressions are hilarious. I recently saw an interview he did where he was bragging about getting to meet Fidel Castro while he was governor of Minnesota. I wonder what he and Fidel did together.
Well, when I was the governor of Minnesota, I got a lot of things to happen. The first thing that happened was I went to Cuba and I met Fidel Castro, and he showed me he was actually pretty nice, to be honest. I mean, listen, not everybody is as bad of a man as you think. He put a Cuban cigar in a tiny boy.
Give me free plantains.
And then I got to watch, and I said, in America, this would never fly. But in Cuba, putting a Cuban cigar in a boy is just another thing they do. Fine.
And I talked to Fidel Castro, and I asked him about JFK, and he said that was a man that I could actually talk to. And then think what happened to him.
I made Castro a fan of the XFL.
The fact is, they could finally. JFK was a man that's willing to talk to Castro, and then look what they did to JFK. And still to this day, relationships with Cuba are strained with the United States. Now that tells you something now, doesn't it?
It also tells you
it's
that
not a conspiracy.
I would love to go back in time to see JFK and rape him. That'd be like, I just want to know how he would react, what kind of pressure he'd be under. Thanks, Jesse. You are going inside of me? That's right, I am. I'm going inside of you. God. I'm going all the way inside of you, JFK. They're going to have to call you JFK after this. Oh my God, he's inside me. Yes, I am JFK. Oh, I am JFK. That's right. Call yourself JFK. Here it comes.
RFK's gonna come into the room. He's coming to the room.
You sound like the guy from The Simpsons.
Well, that's the same accent, really.
It is as Mayor Quimby. It's the same accent, absolutely.
Mayor Quimby is an impression of JFK.
That's it.
I never listened.
Yeah,
to JFK
you didn't know he was
so.
from Boston, there, huh?
Your cousin from Boston.
It makes sense how he got killed. Probably one of his paid or something.
No,
he tried to go to Cuba.
No,
he tried to go to Cuba and he failed.
JFK said no to bombing. They wanted to blow up Florida on purpose and say that Cuba did it, so we could go to war with Cuba to take Cuba. And JFK said no, and then a month later he was killed.
If he blew up Florida, then the Bruins would have lost.
You're right. If we just went back to then, then we would.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
And
they had to kill him. They're like, how are the Bruins gonna win?
Doesn't it sound like a pretty good? Doesn't it sound like a pretty good idea now? Like back, you know what I mean? Like maybe we should have just attacked Florida and said Cuba did it so we could own Cuba, because by now Cuba would be a fun vacation resort.
Yeah, and Florida's already a fucking shithole. So.
Florida is Cuba.
Didn't Obama open the borders in relations to Cuba, and then all of a sudden they shut the borders back down again in terms of travel?
Well, yeah, because he's an idiot. But that was one of the things that I was like, okay, you're an idiot, Obama.
The Obama deception is almost bigger than the 9/11 deception.
What if I told you he wasn't born in America? What if I told you that? And Michelle Obama has a dick.
I mean, that one's pretty obvious. You don't need to be a conspiracy theorist to see the bulge in her dress.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the episode of Jesse and Jesse Met Jesse.
That's the name. Jesse and Jesse. That's the show.
There are literally people disguised as women walking around saying that they're women politicians, but they're men. All right. Now, I have the documents to prove this. My good friend Jesse Ventura, I'm joined with him today.
Remember Joan Rivers said Michelle Obama had a cock, and then she was killed she died a few months after that. Remember that? Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you said it too, and you didn't get killed.
Because I'm nobody. She said it on fucking, TMZ or whatever.
No, who's gonna? That's the stupidest thinking. Like, oh yeah, they killed her because Michelle Obama has a dick.
I never believed that. I always thought that was just. I mean, it could be true, but I always just thought it was something a mean right-wing people said.
Joe believes it.
No,
he believes it. He just said it right here. He just said it right here.
I believe it. I believe. No, I think it's possible.
Hey, Joe, real quick, go.
Wow, can I Jesus Christ! All right, go ahead.
Talk.
I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead. It wasn't your fault. There was 3 people that did it. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say. I mean, just going back to the Britt Baker and Jericho Adam Cole segment. Do you feel like that they really needed Britt to get involved in order to, I mean, again, it might have just been a one-night thing, a one-week thing of, just like a blindside, with Paige and all them. And then, of course, her getting her ass whooped and then, Adam Cole being, handcuffed to the rope. I mean, do you think they're going to make this into a mixed tag? Because I pray to God they don't. I just want them to be one-on-one matches.
I think they should be one-on-one matches, but it feels like they're setting up. I guess I would do both. I'd do the mixed tag stuff or the multi-tag stuff on Dynamite, and then you set up. Yeah, then you set up the individual matches for the pay-per-views. That would be acceptable to me, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I personally don't mind it as far as the way that goes, but in terms of on the pay-per-view, no, keep it separate. They're already. They already showcased them together on AEW All Access, whatever the hell you want to call it. And even then, it's just honestly, I'm just I'm sick and tired of Access. Everybody keeps on hitting me up about it. It's what do you think of All Access? I don't like the show at all. It's they don't know if they want to be kayfabe or not.
Yeah.
Like it's like because and by the way, there are certain scenes in that in that show where they are completely kayfabe and they're not going to let certain things come out, as far as information. But then at the same time, they're also like they're after a promo's done between a babyface and a heel. All of a sudden, they're hugging each other in the back.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't do that.
Oh my God. You know what? And it's not even just AEW that does that. WWE has a plethora of shows that do that shit. But I've noticed that like the media scrums that they do, like WWE and AEW, are like they are breaking kayfabe because they're basically admitting that it's, everything's a work. But then for some reason, they're trying to keep kayfabe in line and build up matches as if like, well, he's gonna find out just who the type of champion I am. It's just
that's an interesting point. It's an point up because WWE is more the entertainment side of a scrum. AEW is more of like the sports, like pro wrestling side of a scrum. NJPW never break kayfabe. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody watches.
Right.
I mean, I watch, dude, honestly, the press scrums are honestly literally boring, but at least they don't break character, both the wrestlers and, the people who run the actual scrum itself. Yes, it's boring, but,
Well,
nobody watches.
According to Dave Meltzer.
It's press conferences.
Yeah.
Press conferences, son.
Jay White in his post-match press conferences would cut promos that he said were on the level, if not better, than those NWA promos that Ric Flair used to cut.
That is hilarious. And no, that's hilarious. Oh, man.
And you can look up that clip, too, because he legitimately said this. And then it's like, and oh, my God, what's going on with you?
What?
You sounded like you're about to die or something.
No, dude, I had to cough. But anyways, no, I actually posted on the Facebook JCS chat of a promo between Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk. That thing was more believable than anything that Jay White ever said in a scrum.
Well, you know what? I
hate Jay White. I was gonna tell you, I hate Jay White. I fucking hate you, Jay White. If you're listening, you fucking suck.
God.
I never really liked him that much either. Like, I think he cuts an all right promo, but it's the same thing that all these heel guys do now. And MJF's even responsible for this type of shit, where it's like, in order to do a promo now, you have to at least make some sort of like one or two references to like internet culture, internet wrestling culture, where they have to bring up the word heel, or if they have to bring up the word face, or they have to bring up the word mark, or they have to make some sort of insider reference. When back in the day, people who cut promos just cut promos. Like now it's like,
and they didn't even have to curse. They didn't even have to curse.
In order to cut a promo now, where you can get talked about and people will be like, wow, what a pipe bomb, you have to break kayfabe in some way.
Oh, and the funny thing is, like, MJF, and no disrespect, because I love his promos, but the thing is, it's like he's always cussing, he's always breaking. He's using lingo that obviously insiders would know, smart marks would know, and put that in his promos, work them, but at the same time still giving information out. And people are like, well, what does that mean that are casual fans? And I'm like, yeah, but even Shawn Michaels said, like, I'm tired of cheap pops, cheap heat, all that stuff, and I kind of am too, as I'm getting older, because just to get a reaction for cussing or whatever like that, it's not a great promo. It's cheap. Yeah, it's just a cheap pop.
It's like the bringing up something like, oh, those imaginary brass rings that I couldn't grab. Like, ugh, just shut up. Can that not be the standard promo that everybody who comes from WWE to another company makes? Because it's the same one over and over again. And then, we were talking about these post-match interviews that they do, like, the press conferences and stuff. And it's like, yeah, like they're trying to keep kayfabe, but at the same time, they don't care that they're completely out of character. Like a heel who's like constantly talking shit all the time. They make promos on television. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, well, I'm excited to find out, exactly what my opponent has in store for me. They start talking like they're a good person, and it's like you're the heel. Why aren't you cutting? If you're staying in kayfabe at all, in the lines of kayfabe at all, why don't you cut a heel promo when you're the heel? Why are you talking about it as if you're a fucking baby face?
Yeah, I don't get that either. There's a lot of confusing things right now.
I know I made everybody fall asleep with that.
No, I was listening
dance
intently.
off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Also, WWE will make
Take a
at
bite.
least $50 million in aggressive cuts after UFC merger. I fully expect Ari and Vince to get rid of
I
the
was gonna
NXT
talk about
UK
that, yeah.
guys and some of, if not
We'll
all,
just
of
talk over the
Hunter's
donations,
guys
that-
and women he brought back.
Fucking Mustafa.
All right, how about I
Sorry.
read it? How about I read it back over?
Read it
WWE
again.
will make at
Thank you.
least $50 million in aggressive cuts after UFC merger. I fully expect Ari and Vince to get rid of the NXT UK guys and some of it, not all of Hunter's guys and women. What?
Well,
learn a fucking spell.
I don't know. There's gonna be some kind of budget cuts, yes, but I don't know. I mean, why do they have a UK group?
Yeah, we don't need it.
Well, the thing, and again, we already had too many belts that is before the UK guys came in, but we did get Gunther and the Imperium and all those guys, which is great to have. But at the same time, it's like if you're just gonna have a developmental territory, just keep it over there. You know what I mean? Until they're ready to come to the States.
Gunther is good to have. Gunther is good to have. The rest of the Imperium or whatever, you could fucking swap them out with anybody. Like nobody gives a shit about Ludwig Kaiser. Like, and that's not an insult to him, but it's like the only thing that makes Imperium interesting is Gunther. So it's not like you got a big acquisition besides Gunther and Pete Dunne. Who else have they gotten from NXT? And Rhea Ripley. Who else have they gotten from NXT?
Yeah, but they got a lot of women from over there, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Rhea Ripley was from Australia.
Yeah, but she was on NXT UK. I forgot about that. It was so long ago. She was their first. I think she was either their first or second champion. Didn't last long. They moved her to regular NXT once they realized that, like, oh my god, she actually, is interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, again, as far as the budget cuts go, yeah, I do believe they're going to let some people go. Maybe, and they're not just going to be NXT talent. There's definitely going to be main roster talent being let go. And it'd be weird if like all of Triple H's guys that came back. I mean, with the exception of Bray Wyatt, because he'll definitely most likely be fired at this point.
Hopefully,
He's mentally ill, so they don't want him anymore.
They'll get rid of Bray. They'll get rid of Braun Strowman. God forbid. They get rid of a lot of guys.
Well, they got rid of Mauro. They said, all right, we're done with this Mauro Ronaldo guy. He's nuts. So they'll probably do the same thing with Bray.
I don't know if they'll get rid of Braun. Like, here's the thing: they might get rid of guys that Vince wasn't too keen on to begin with, or they might just get rid of guys that really aren't doing anything. Like. Oh, that was attractive. Anyway, Karrion Kross, for example, I think that he has sucked pretty much his entire time since coming back to the WWE. They brought him back as if he was going to be like inserted into his big main event feud, and then he did nothing, and then he did more nothing, and then he did more nothing, and now it's like I don't give a shit if what happens if Karrion Kross. Get rid of him, don't get rid of him, and that was all Triple H's fault, by the way. Because he was around during, I guess you could say, when Triple H had the most power he's ever had, which was like in the summer and shit. So and there's a lot of guys that Triple H brought back that really, who gives a fuck? Like Johnny Gargano, for instance. He's a great wrestler, but I mean he hasn't done shit on the main roster.
Karrion's a lot like Mark Miro, where Sable was the star, Scarlett's the star. With him.
Yeah. I want to see Scarlett just fucking take her clothes off, but I also want to see Scarlett like manage somebody else, because Karrion is so bland and he sounds like shitty CM Punk voice number 7. Like there's so many guys now that sound like CM Punk in wrestling that it's actually kind of insane. Like who was the other guy that who came back and then they ended up getting rid of him? Mike Metalis or whatever. Mike Kalenis, he was it's gonna fucking.
You mean Maria Kanellis' husband?
Yeah, he sounds exactly like CM Punk. It's insane. And I see the same thing in Karrion Kross. There's a few guys that Triple H has brought back that just, don't feel like they fit right now. I think, didn't he bring back Bronson Reed?
Yeah. No, Bronson Reed was a new guy. I knew about him when he was in Impact. Like, he came in all of a sudden, and I was like, whoa. Okay, that was random.
I thought he got fired and brought back.
He did.
He did. Okay, because I didn't recognize him when if he was in WWE or NXT. I just remember him being in Impact, and then he came over. So I didn't.
He won the American title, and then he lost it, and they cut him.
Okay. Because okay.
Would you get upset if he left?
I mean, honestly, I can only just make out the fact that he's just a super heavyweight, and they're trying to build him up. If they let him go, it better be for a really good reason. Because again, there's not too many.
Here's the reason: because every promo he cuts is terrible, and he has this weird he's the same. I put him in the same boat as Keith Lee, where it's like he's a big guy, but he wants to talk like he's this suave, skinny. It's this personality that just doesn't fit for him.
I pray to God he doesn't end up like what's his face that went to NWA and won the title, Tyrus. I hope
wear the same outfit.
Better call his mama.
I loved
Somebody
him.
call my mama.
When I was a kid, fucking Brodus Clay, who wasn't singing "Somebody Call My Mama"?
Bro,
which by the way wasn't his original theme.
No,
that actually was Ernest the Cat Williams'.
It had been
song.
like three people's themes before.
Yeah.
Well, before his dancing gimmick, he was just like enforcer for Alberto Del Rio.
I made a reaction to that back in the day when he first came out, and I said, "What the fuck is this?" And then 2 weeks later, I was like, "All right, this is actually kind of pretty good."
That's kind of how that's kind of how the broken Matt Hardy thing was.
Exactly.
Everybody's like, what the fuck?
No, you nailed it.
What the fuck is this?
I was making a video like, wow, this is just the end of wrestling. This is so stupid. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, actually, you know what? This is awesome. Same thing.
That was because he made the deletion video with the deletion match with Jeff, and that went viral, and everybody's like, oh shit, I gotta watch this. And
I saw people who watched that final deletion and shat all over it, but then when other people started liking it and Matt Hardy became cooler, those same people that were shitting on it were saying that Matt Hardy was like a revolutionary.
Yeah, they were dick riding. On the flow of it.
I turned the minute that they my turning point was about this right at the point where they made fun of Matt Hardy when EC3 and they made that parody video in the hotel room with the toilet paper on his head and all that stuff. That was when I turned this is the greatest thing. This is actually great. Dude, honestly, I hope somewhere somebody, and if it's not out there, I'm going to make it for my own self. But honestly, that first 6 months of the first two deletions and that first whole run, that should be that should be a Blu-ray. That
dilapidated boat.
Dude,
there's a playlist. There's a playlist on YouTube. You can look it up. I've seen it.
I got to check it out. It's because that was one of my. Dude, I said it at the time. I said, dude, this is going to be one of my favorite times in wrestling in a long time. I can't believe it.
And Impact Wrestling at that point was literally on its last legs since they lost all their main talent within the span of 3 years. Nobody cared. It constantly went from network to network to network after Spike TV.
That's literally
you can fighting a kangaroo was awesome.
You can pinpoint any year within the past 10 or 15 years of TNA, and you can be like, yeah, TNA was on its last leg.
Dude, they're the cockroach of professional wrestling. They're the cockroach of pro wrestling. They literally think they're about to fold, and they still are staying alive for whatever reason.
I'm surprised because WWE brings them up all the time because they don't give a shit. They're like, whatever, fuck, what's TNA gonna do? We'll bring up their name and we'll shit on them on television. But it's funny though because it's just you would think that WWE at this point would have just purchased them so they could get their video archive.
And again, that's what I'm saying. They should have already done that 5-7 years ago. And I still don't understand why they didn't buy them up after the Hardy thing ended.
Joe, you watching this? You laughing at me?
Easy, Joe. Control your impulses.
Yes, Joe. You will teach Brother Nero to wrestle, Joe.
George Washington. You're so wise.
Punish me, Joe. Punish me, Joe.
The kangaroo.
They really should have wore a cup. Dude, like that stuff.
Green beans, wonderful.
Yes, you will teach Brother Nero. Like, dude, that. Oh my God, I can't get
What's
over
that
it.
Brother Cronin video that you made when you playing the piano?
I'm just seeing it right now. Him facing the giraffe, or not giraffe, the kangaroo. Oh
my
shit!
God.
Yeah, he almost got kicked right in the nuts.
Yeah, because that's where they're gonna kick you. It's like their legs kick right at your balls, basically.
Jeff broke kayfabe and was like laughing on camera. I remember that.
When Matt Hardy had the Rock and Roll Express over for dinner, and he asked him if they wanted some green beans.
What was that? Your fucking Matt Hardy laugh or something? What the hell was
I was thinking the same thing.
Wonderful.
I just love the whole idea of a dilapidated boat, like and Skarsgård or whatever the fuck his drone was.
Skarsgård.
But the funniest though was what was it? Senior Benjamin was hilarious, but remember they had like a pay-per-view that took, well, not a pay-per-view, it was like a show that took place in the Hardy compound or whatever, and they had Matt Hardy's son come driving down in like one of those like one of those fake small tiny cars or whatever that kids have, and he's driving down and they like playing this like epic music while he's driving down the ramp in his little Hot Wheels car.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
King Maxwell.
What was his name? Maxwell, like King. Oh
King
yeah, King
Maxwell.
Maxwell. Like,
And then the youngest one at that point was Wolfgang. Oh no, sorry, not Wolfgang. Yeah, Wolfgang.
Wolfie.
I think
that's
I'm
such a
just
badass name. Who doesn't want to be?
They
named
really
Wolfgang?
and dude, they did some funny shit on the independent scenes too, like all over the place. It was just so good. The funniest
They
thing
went to
was
Ring of Honor. They went to
when me and Jake saw them here in Fall River, Mass. The funniest thing was that 700 people came out to see that, but I would say about 400 people, they were just there because they were WWF fans of the Hardys, and they didn't know why, like they didn't understand the broken thing, and the broken thing was hot at the time.
They didn't do the delete thing. They didn't do the
they were
design or anything.
That's what they were doing. But what I'm saying is the fans didn't like. So there was probably about 1 million people who knew about the broken Matt Hardy stuff. 1 million maybe, right? And so here they are in Fall River at the height of the broken stuff. And I'm, because I was hanging out backstage with them and doing all these things. But I watched so many people come up to the stage to meet them, and they were like, what are they doing? Why are they dressed like vampires and stuff like so many people didn't know. Only half the people knew. And then like they came out to the piano music, and I think the fans were like, what the fuck am I hearing? Okay. All right, I got to get out of here. I can't deal with this anymore. This happened last night. I got to get the fuck out of here. I can't deal with this. All right, I got to go to bed anyway. But good Lord, one thing I can't stand is every single time I'm talking, somebody's talking, someone talked over. It's driving me fucking insane. But I gotta get out of here anyway. Tonight is the final episode of Picard, episode 10. It's Star Trek. I'm not going to bed. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. Then I got to work. And the Bruins lost. That was fucking stupid. AEW was blah tonight. I think I'm going to watch The Northmen tonight. I think me and Leah are going to watch The Northmen as we get ready for Picard. Because we never got to see Northmen in the movies like we wanted to. And it seemed like it was going to be an awesome Viking movie. So, I think we're going to watch that. So, I'm going to go do that. A pretty blah episode, but all right episode of AEW tonight. I think that hopefully next week will be a little bit better. But it was all right. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for a stream, as always. Catch you guys tomorrow night for potentially some kind of little stream on Thursday night. If not, I'll see you Friday night for sure. And then for sure, Saturday night for Monetize This. You all keep it hard. And I love you. Good night. Hey, Rojas, you watching Picard tonight? You going to stay up until 3 a.m.? It's going to be sad when it's over, though. It's going to be hard to get to bed, you know? I don't know if I can deal with all that. Good night. And one last thing, man. Thank you to DWELSH. He dropped the biggest donation of the night, $101. Thank you, DWELSH, for dropping the biggest bomb of all. Keep it hard.